Ask anyone who runs a plumbing business, and they'll tell you they're actually running two completely different companies at the exact same time. Half your day is spent reacting to high-stakes, time-critical emergencies, while the other half requires slow, methodical follow-up on outstanding bids and quotes. Managing this split workflow manually is brutally expensive. A customer service rep to handle after-hours calls and bid follow-up will cost you between $3,200 and $4,500 a month. And even at that price, a human operator typically has to pick one side of the business to prioritize, leaving the other side bleeding potential revenue. Off-the-shelf AI chatbots are supposed to fix this, but they fail the plumbing test almost immediately. A generic language model doesn't understand the physical stakes of the job. It treats a customer complaining about a running toilet with the exact same urgency as a customer screaming about an overflowing toilet. And relying on a cloud-based AI creates a massive operational vulnerability during severe weather. When a regional winter freeze hits and call volume spikes 8 times above normal, cloud systems suffer from extreme latency and hit monthly token caps right when you need them the most. The industry's real bottleneck isn't a lack of automation tools. It's a lack of specialized, resilient intelligence, capable of managing two drastically different operational realities at the exact same time without breaking a sweat. To fix this, you have to move away from cloud vulnerability and bring the brain in-house. That's the idea behind the Asking AI Agent Mini PC, a dedicated piece of localized, always-on hardware that sits securely right in your shop. This line graph shows exactly why local processing is so critical. The volatile line spiking aggressively represents the massive token costs you incur with cloud AI during an 8 times winter freeze volume spike. The flat, stable horizontal line represents the cost of local hardware. You pay your flat monthly fee, and all those unpredictable token overages disappear. Moving the brain locally also solves a major intake problem. Plumbing is one of the only trades where a customer really needs to send a photo of the problem before the tech arrives. This system securely receives SMS customer photos and attaches them directly to your local dispatch board, bypassing the cloud entirely. Because you control the hardware, you can run what Asking AI calls the two Playbooks framework. You are effectively running two completely distinct decision engines out of a single localized machine. But having a bulletproof metal box on your desk is only half the equation. That local hardware is useless unless it has the industry-trained logic required to execute those dual playbooks perfectly. Let's look at how the emergency playbook handles a midnight crisis. It's 2 a.m. and a panicked homeowner calls in reporting a flooded basement. This branching logic diagram shows the AI's first layer of triage. The system has to instantly differentiate the source of the water. If the AI identifies an active pressurized leak, it routes to an immediate dispatch protocol. If it determines it's just standing water, it categorizes the call with a lower urgency holding status. The AI then immediately runs a second layer of triage to check health and safety code considerations. It asks the customer specific questions to determine if they are dealing with clean water or a sewage backup. This determines the exact personal protective equipment your tech will need before they ever step on site. And it knows the specific edge cases that trip up human dispatchers. If a customer reports a slab leak, the system deliberately halts the workflow. It refuses to promise an ETA until a plumber confirms actual physical access to the leak location. Even after the fire is put out, the playbook keeps running. Exactly 1 hour after the job is marked complete, the AI automatically texts the customer to ask how the repair held up. If the customer replies with an issue, that message is escalated directly to the owner within minutes. This specialized logic functions as a systematic risk mitigation engine, protecting the business license and technicians before the first truck ever rolls out of the driveway. Once the emergencies are handled, the system shifts its focus to the slow-burn administrative work. Picture a quiet Sunday evening at the shop. Sitting in your system is a 14-day-old dormant quote for a major water heater replacement. The customer replied, "I'll get back to you," 2 weeks ago, and went totally dark. The AI begins its proactive outreach parameters. It autonomously calls the lead, gets them on the line, and specifically asks what the missing piece is to earn their business. It interrogates the lead to find out if their hesitation is based on price, the warranty, or the timing. If the customer says they want it done before they leave for vacation on the 15th, the AI instantly resolves the constraint. It independently checks your calendar, finds an open slot on the 14th, books the rough-in install window, and sends a confirmation text. The midnight emergencies are what keep the lights on and pay the bills, but the relentless, automated follow-up running silently in the Bid Playbook is what actively drives your profit margins and captures lost revenue. This split-screen visual illustrates simultaneity. One hardware piece chases a cold replacement lead while flawlessly dispatching a burst pipe crisis. Compared to hiring specialized operators, the math is stark: $4,500 a month in payroll versus a flat $100 cost for the AI. And because it understands the trades, it easily handles advanced scenarios like the two-bid structure. If you give a customer an option for a repair and an option for a full replacement, the system follows up on the specific option they showed the highest intent for, rather than defaulting to the cheapest choice. Generic, consumer-trained chatbots always fail in the trades. They lack the contextual, physical logic required to understand what actually happens on a job site. Small businesses now have this operational capacity by employing localized, industry-trained agents that manage the split personality of plumbing 24 hours a day.